About natural work.
Yeah, or biological world. That's what I said. Or biological world. Or biological world. Using evidences. Using evidence. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So using evidence from observations, comma. Using evidence from observation, comma. How far now? Okay. Using evidence from observation, comma, experiments. Experiment and research. That we are using evidence from what? Our observation, what we've tested, abi, and also research to develop to develop to develop evidence-based explanations in science. To develop evidence-based explanation in science. Do you understand now? Do you get that? To develop evidence-based explanation in science. And so far, hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
All right. So now let's continue. So now here are the list of processes that you must follow through for every scientific inquiry. So I'll list them based on the hierarchy. So I've mentioned the first one. What's the first one I mentioned? Hello, can you hear me?
Observation.
So observation is number one. Then after observation, what do we do next?
Um, and
No. Before hypothesis, you. Why are you mentioning hypothesis, hypothesis, hypothesis?
I did not say hypothesis. I said inquiry.
Inquiry of. We said we are doing scientific inquiry. So what's the first thing you should do immediately after?
Observe. Okay, after observation,
Experiments.
Eh?
Experiment.
Sorry, I can't really hear you.
Experiments.
Okay, you said experiment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes. Okay, so what's the next thing? Well, anytime after observation, the first thing you need to do is to question or analyzation. Then after you analyze your data, you now experiment. Okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You analyze first. After your analyzation, you now go on to experimentation of what you've analyzed. That okay, after let's say today now, the first thing I saw was to observe that okay, there is always okay, let's say rain always fall on Tuesday. Maybe it happened to this week. And I'll feel like, okay, am I sure that this thing is always happening? So the next thing is to analyze that, okay, for the past, let's say for the past 3 weeks, did rain fall on every Tuesday? You know, that way I am analyzing that data to be sure that this thing is happening like every time, okay? So after that, then I can now say, okay, I've I've analyzed my data. Now I can now experiment. That means I can now say, okay, for the next let's say for the next 1 month or for the next 2 months, I want to keep checking. So I want to keep checking if rain will be falling every Tuesday like that. Do you understand? Do you get me now?
yes, sir.
Hello, can you guys still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so I said, like in that case now, I now want to see if this thing would keep happening for the next 2 months. If the same thing now happens, in that case now, I can now write my hypothesis. I'll be sorry. Hypothesis before experiment too. After analyzation, analyzation is more like hypothesis. Okay? Analyzation is more like your hypothesis. So after you've written your hypothesis, you now experiment thoroughly. Do we get the arrangement now?
Yes, sir.
So after that, the next thing we have to do is to write a theory. So that, okay, now I have checked that for the past 3 weeks ago, rain has been falling every Tuesday, and I took another 2 months to see if that same process continue happening like that. That way I can now write my theory down. You know, all this theory of demand, theory of supply, theory of something. Do you get? And that's because they've been tested over time to see that this thing actually work and this thing is correct. Okay, so after that, after writing my theory now, I can now go on to say that, okay, this theory I've tested over time now can become a what? What's after theory? Hello, are we there? Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah, mention
Okay, okay. I was not getting a response. So after theory now, it now becomes a law. Okay, so after we've tested it over time and see that this same thing is a reoccurring process, then it can become a law in science. And, you know, just like we have the law of gravity that what goes up must do what? Come down, right? So all of these laws like that, they've gone through series of process, and they've seen that over time this same thing stands to be true. That means you would never throw something up and that thing will stay up. Do you understand? Except except in a place where there is lack of gravity, and you rarely find spaces like that. There are some artificial ones that there is no gravity there. Do you get? But those ones are made artificially, and there are some places naturally in the world that you can't, like, gravity doesn't exist in those places. Now, I want to believe this has helped us understand biology inquiry. Do you have
Yes,
any
sir.
question in this case? What's that? I can hear you. You were saying?
you ask if you understand and I said yes.
I thought you had a question. I can't hear you.
No, sir. I don't have a question. I said
Okay, so that means we can proceed forward, right?
yes.
All right. So now the next thing we'll be looking at is classification, but we'll be starting from taxonomy. So right, taxonomy. Sorry, bro. Is this the account?
Yes.
Keep it out.
Give it out.
Is it
Okay, can you
classification
guys
of
hear me now?
acquiring and scientific
What did you
acquiring?
say?
Is it
Yes.
classification of scientific acquiring?
No, no. I said taxonomy and classification. That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, taxonomy and classification. So that's the next thing we'll be looking at. Taxonomy and classification. So have you ever heard that word anywhere? Have you ever heard the word taxonomy before?
No, sir.
Any idea? So no idea. All right,
I have
no
heard.
problem. Let's take it from the very beginning. So anytime you hear the word taxonomy, it is just a system. I've sent it. 3-1. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I said that anytime you hear the word taxonomy, well, we'll be looking at three different things, oh, but you can just write taxonomy. So we'll start from taxonomy, then we'll move to hierarchy of living things, then classification. Okay. So from our taxonomy, once you hear the word taxonomy, the first thing that should come to your mind that it is the science of classifying living organisms. Hey, which one is it? It is the science of classifying living organisms. Which one?
Such a long queue. I don't
On this side. It is the science of classifying living organisms.
allow them to enter. She want to step by the door. Just
It is the science of classifying living organisms into groups based on their characteristics and relationships.
no problem.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I said what? I hope you got what I said. I said it is the science of classifying living organisms into groups based on what characteristics and relationships. And we have two kinds. Okay. So we have two different kinds of taxonomy. We have the artificial one and the not. Sorry, we have what did I say? I said two. Three. Sorry, three. We have three kinds. So we have the artificial one, we have the natural one, and we have the phylogenetic. But I would explain the three now. Are we there? Are we on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this one now, it is just like for every organism. For instance, if I see you now, what is that thing that will tell me that you are a boy, you are a girl? Do you understand? What is that thing that would differentiate you from every other organism that I can find in world Earth? I mean, in planet Earth, Jerry, I said world Earth. Do you understand what I'm saying like that? So that distinguishing feature that make me like can be able to classify you into different sets. That thing that will differentiate a goat from a chicken is that process of me differentiating all of these things is called what? Taxonomy. That is the process or the science behind the classification of living organisms into groups based on characteristics and relationship. Now we have of three types. We have the artificial taxonomy, which is based on. Can you hear me now? Can you guys still hear me? Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I said artificial taxonomy is based on visible characteristics. And what have sorry, sir, Neol, yeah. So artificial taxonomy now we can easily classify based on what is visible. That means things that we can see. And what are those things that you can see that we use to distinguish an organism? Yeah. Oh yeah, give me one example.
So, sir, what do you say?
I said, what are those visible things, like things that we can see, that we can use to? Yeah. Do you hear what I said now? Sir, please, do you have change? I don't forget saying I want to.
Payment to the gate. Now, not change.
Sir,
You come to the gate.
I want to collect something for you now. Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, how much change do you have? Bring 400. How much change am I collecting? 800. You have 800. Thank you, sir. Someone is cheaper. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
So I said, what are those visible features? What are those visible features that you can see that like once you see it like this, you can distinguish something? So I said you should give me one example of things that are visible that we can use to describe different organisms. Okay, let me give you an example. Your size. I can easily say, okay, the set of fat people should come here. Thin people go there. Small people come here. Tall people, short people. That's size, Abi. So what's another thing that is visible that I can use in distinguishing organisms? Oh yeah, give me one. At least I've given you an example now.
Height.
Hi. I already used that. So you can say size, the shape.
Look it.
Do you understand? It can be the shape, it can be small shaped, it can be large shape, it can be medium sized. Do you understand? So
Yes,
that's
sir.
another thing that you can use. Another thing is the color. I can say this person is fair, this person is black. All those visible things. It can be the size, it can be the height, it can be the shape, it can be the color. What else do you think we can use?
Race.
Race. Race as well. Oh, you mean that's color now? Because at least if I see that you are extra fair now, I can easily say that this one is Oyibo. If I see that you are dark, I can easily say you are from Nigeria or you are from Africa. Do you understand? So now another thing in that case is oh yeah, let's go. Number two now. Natural. Number two, natural. Number two is natural. Are we together?
Yes.
So number two, natural. Number two, natural. So now, right, natural taxonomy is based on evolutionary relationship between the organism. Natural taxonomy is based on evolutionary relationship between the organism.
Yeah, I agree
Do
with
you get
that.
that? Can you guys hear that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I said evolutionary, natural taxonomy is based on what? Evolutionary relationship between the organism. Oh yeah, what are those examples that you can remember on top of your head? If I say I want to differentiate something based on natural taxonomy now, what are those things that will come to your head?
Dear customer, the number you have dialed is not reachable at the moment. Please.
Collection of dues.
Eh?
Collection of dues.
The number you
Sorry,
have
I can't hear
dialed
you.
is not reachable at the moment.
Like
Please try
these
again.
have dues and
Thank you.
human beings have lungs.
Okay. So I can easily say that okay, based on evolutionary relationship now, I can put them into different groups of organisms. For instance, if I say insects, I already put all insects in one part. Do you understand? Because they have features that look alike. Do you get? For instance, if I want to put, let's say, based on evolutionary relationship now, I can easily say that okay, both man and monkey, they are from the same family based on evolution. Not like you and monkey are the same thing, no. But at least to an extent, you have some characteristics that are alike. Do you get? You know, the way you have your hand, the monkey also has his hand, it has backbone, it has the leg. Do you get that now?
Yes, sir.
So that one now is based on evolutionary what? Relationships. Then now we can now look at the and now you can write in front of that natural taxonomy. You can write each group of organism in this category is called a taxa or taxon. In case you are asked that what is a taxa or what is a taxon, in this case, they are organisms that can be classified based on the fact that they have the same evolutionary relationship. Okay. Hello, can we hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's continue then. All right, so what was I talking about? Then the last one, yes, I've mentioned two, Abby. The last one, phylogenic, phylogenetic. I said phylogenic, phylogenetic taxonomy. So now, how do we classify phylogenetic taxonomy? We classify them based on evolutionary history of the organism. That means which family is this thing coming from? You know, we have hierarchy. So we'll be looking at the hierarchy next. So that once I explain the hierarchy now, you'll be able to understand better what evolutionary history should be like. Okay? So once I explain hierarchy now, you'll be able to understand better.
Based on what? Evolutionary. So what was that? Ẹjọ́ wá ti dọ́sẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀.
Wọ́n ló ti ó lóun wà fagun wa mo ti ń pè láti ẹ̀kan kò pick àti online àti normal number ẹ̀tẹ̀. No, èmi tẹ̀ ti fẹ́ máa lọ wo máa fi kí yẹn lẹ̀ sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. The thing is, I'm not going home. The only bad thing that will happen is me coming back tomorrow. Now, I need that to think about. That means tomorrow, if I'm coming back, I have to come directly to school first before I can go. But my birthday call will do by Sha. So, can you guys hear me? Sorry for the little break in transmission.
Yes, you say it's based on evolutionary what?
I said it's based on evolutionary history of organisms. That means the pattern, where they come from, where like their origin. That's what this one is based on. For instance, don't worry, when I start explaining hierarchy now, you understand the evolutionary history. For instance, if I say that we as humans, you know, we are mammals, right? We are mammals as human. Now, let me say I want to talk about whale. You know, whale is also a mammal. Abi now, but are we the same form? Do we live the same kind of life? No. Whale lives in this. Whale lives in the open ocean or water body. Abi. Whale lives in aquatic habitats, but we live in terrestrial. But regardless, we are from the same evolutionary tree. Okay. So regardless of the fact that whale lives aquatic pattern and we live terrestrial, we still have the same evolutionary history, which makes both of us mammal. Do you get the gist now? Are we getting it now?
Okay.
Can you hear me? Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure you don't have any question. So now, I think that's that about that. Then let's go to the next thing, which is now let's go to the taxonomic rank in living organism, which is the hierarchy. So you can either write taxonomic rank / hierarchy of living things. Taxonomic rank / hierarchy of living things. Are you guys there? Can you hear me? So the next thing we are discussing is taxonomic rank or hierarchy. I want to believe you guys know the hierarchy of classifying living organisms. So which one do you remember?
Kingdom, phylum.
Kingdom, phylum, class, family, order, like that. Abi. So you can write the 9 down. Sorry, I said 9. 7, Jari, money, 9. Do you get that now? So we have kingdom, Abi.
Yes, sir.
We have the phylum, we have the class, we have the order, we have the family, we have the genus, and we have the species. So for every rank now, we have organisms that, this is, and anytime you are asked that what is the basic unit of classification, what's the basic unit? What's the basic? The basic is species, because you can even define your species as species is the set of organisms that has the most similar features. The species is what? A set of organisms that have the most similar features. That either you can even put in brackets either genetic makeup or physical composition. Did we get that?
Yes, sir.
I said either genetic makeup or physical composition. That means everything for every species have to look very much alike. Okay? So now let's look at everything one by one. So you can write from kingdom. Let me just give you something you need to take notes of, so that in case they are asking you based on some of their distinguishing feature. You don't miss it. Okay? So you can write in front of kingdom. It is the highest rank of classification. Just write it is the highest rank, comma. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So I said it is the highest rank of classification, comma, grouping organisms, grouping organisms based on cell structure and body organization. Based on cell structure and body organization. That means for every plant that have the same type of cell structure, they can be grouped in one part. If they have the same type of body structure, they can be in one part. For instance, we divide kingdom into how many? Just five, Abi. Abi now,
Yes, sir.
which is your what? Monera, Protista, Abi, fungi, plantae, and animal, right? So that five now, you see, they are not that many. Why? Because it's just like the most basic level. Because there are a lot of organisms under Monera, but because they have the same type of structure, the same type of body composition, they fall in the same group. The same thing happens to Protista. The same goes for fungi. The same goes for plantae, and the same goes for animal generally. Now, when we start dissecting animals now, we now start saying, okay, under animal, we still have another set, which is the what? Pisces, apes, reptiles, amphibians, and mammals, right? So that one now, we'll still dissect everything one by one. But let's take this first. So the second one now, phylum. You can put slash division, yes. And I want to believe you know why it is phylum slash division. You know, phylum is when you are talking about animals or other living organisms. But division is for when you are talking about plants. Okay? So we use division in classifying plants. So for those of you that you might still want to write WAEC, in case you are told to classify a living organism, if you are talking about plants, immediately after your kingdom, the next thing that should follow is division, not phylum. Okay? Do you understand it now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So now let's go. So I said phylum. So these groups, they are based on body structure and development. They are based on body structure and development. That's for phylum slash division. That means the kind of plants they have same thing. You say, okay, they are just like if you start dividing plants now, you say, okay, aside from kingdom plantae, the first division under kingdom plantae is what? Talophyte, bryophyte, and tracheophyte. So those three now, we can say that okay, talophyte, they have the same type of body and they grow in the same kind of way. That is why all of them are in one group. Then we go on to tracheo, we go on to bryo. Abi now,
Yes, sir.
so that's it. Now thing, to the next thing, which is the class. So sometimes, even in plants, sometimes when you are classifying, you can have division and you still have subdivision. Then you have class, you still have subclass. But all of those is still the same case. But depends on kind of plant that you are classifying. Okay, so we have class. This one is based on physical characteristics and behavior. Do you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
I said this one is based on physical characteristics and development. Then we have the next one, order, order, order. So order now in this case is based on evolutionary relationship. So I said it is based on what? Hello, are we there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you hear what I said?
The
Because I didn't get the response.
evolutionary.
Ah, you are just murmuring. No, I did not hear anything. No. Someone is saying evolution, or someone is saying something else. I said this is based on evolutionary relationships.
Said
Evolutionary
it.
relationships. What did you say?
I said it. Evolutionary relationship.
It is evolutionary, not evolutional.
Okay, evolutionary.
Yeah. Yes, evolutionary relationships. That means I think I already explained what evolutionary relationship means now. That like how far they've come, their what distinguishes them, the family tree they are all coming from, and all of those factors. Okay. Then we'll move on to the next thing, which is family. And family, if you have to define any family, what's that thing that you define family with? What's that thing that you can easily define family with?
Family none.
Family known. You define them based on shared behavior, characters, and ancestry.
Okay.
What that is shared behavior, characters, and ancestry. Sometimes you do
And
some things.
can
My
I
mom will say,
adjective?
sometimes in a proper Yoruba home, you do something, and my mom will say that, o ti jọ daddy ẹ. Abi now, that means
Yes.
that shared behavior is what she is defining you with. Okay? So that's why
Okay.
some people they will say, they take over the character of their daddy. I mean, they take over the character of their mommy. All those things is what we can use to define a family.
Okay.
And also the ancestry, your ancestors. If your own ancestor is Yoruba now, you can't tell me you are Igbo. Let's say your ancestor is from like Benin, and you are telling me that you are from Oyo. I first look at you that Asao. You understand? So all of those things are what we use in defining a family. Now
Family.
to the next thing, yeah. To the next thing, which is what? What's the next thing after family? What's the next thing after family? After.
Genus.
Yeah?
Um, Order.
Or no, order okay. I've explained order now. Order, family, genus.
Order
Then what is the
family,
next
genus,
thing?
species.
Species, eh? Uh-uh. Okay, have I even explained genus? I think I explained family last now. Oh yeah, genus. Oh yeah, since you said we can define family based on shared characteristics, shared behavior, and ancestry. What do you think we can define genus by? What should we define genus by? So you can just write. Genus is still simply the same thing because if we have reduced them based on the family now, I can now start looking at the relationship between the shared characteristics. So you can write, they are defined based on relationship between shared characteristics. So I want to know that, okay, ọmọ yìí ó pupa. His dad, let's say his dad is dark, his mom is dark. And let's say the boy is now fair. We start saying, okay, this boy, if he's not Omali, then he has to be that one person in their family, whether nuclear or extended, should be fair. Do you get that logic? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
In that case now, we are trying to look at, sorry please, I just need to leave the road in 2 minutes. I had to like quickly get somewhere. So I said that one now in that situation, I want to look at the relationship between the parents and see how that child come about. Because if your mom is fair in Nigeria, let's say your mom is fair, your dad too is not fair, and you are not black, people start looking at it that, oh, this boy is not a bastard. Do you understand?
Maybe
So
it take his cooperation from his grandparents.
that's what we look at in genus, that okay, is there any bloodline, is there any relation that we can get this same characteristic that this boy is showing? Where can we get it from in the family? You know that some traits are recessive, some characters are recessive, they are not dominant. You get? So that's why you can see a boy that is born out of black parents that would be fair, because that fairness might have been a recessive character for the longest, and maybe in that boy now, that character of that fairness now shows up. Shey you get the gist now?
Yes, sir.
Now let's move on. So we have the last one, which is what? Species. The last one is species. So you can write this one. They are the most specific rank. They are the most specific rank. That means if we say they are the most specific rank, it means that they have the closest things in common. They have the closest things in common. That means they look very much alike. They have same characteristics. They have some features that are the same. All of those stuff that we can say that okay, this thing is the same for A and is the same for B. That's species. You know, just like I said that time, that I said we can say that family is the same thing as, let's say, all mammals now. They are family. Sure you get, like goats. Goat now, we can say goat is in the same family with man. But are we the same species? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
If I say goat now and man, they are in the same family. But are we in the same species?
No, sir.
Because, yeah, give us the reason. What are some reasons that you can use to say, okay, me and goat, they are not the same? Hello, are we there? Yeah, tell me one character who is singing.
Um, Goat has 4 legs.
And you have how many? You too, you have 4 limbs now. You have hand and you have leg.
Can't
You have
stand
two.
upright.
So I can easily say that okay, backbone of the human is straight. That means our vertebrae as human is straight. But that of goat, what happens to it? It is bent. We don't have the same kind of vertebrae. So that already when I say vertebrae, I hope you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
Vertebrae simply means backbone now. So what this one have now is quite different from what I am having as human. Do you get the gist like that? So you can also
Yes, sir.
write under species now. You can still write. It is group like it is a group of organism. It is a group of organisms that can interbreed. That can interbreed. And if you hear the word interbreed, what comes to your mind? If they say something can interbreed, hello, any idea?
Reproduction amongst themselves.
Yes, that means they have same genetic makeup. That means if this person have, let's say, have anything to do with the other, they can give birth to the same kind of species. That means they can reproduce the same kind of species. That is interbreed.
Fatima.
What did you say?
Mama talking to sir.
Okay. So that's the meaning of interbreed, that they can easily go through reproduction process in the same form and give birth to the same kind of organism. It's just like if you say, okay, man and monkey now, they now like have sexual intercourse and you're expecting them to give birth to a child. You know, that's a
Yeah.
joke, Abi. Even though
Yeah.
interbreeding a lot has been happening, but you will never see that man and monkey now give birth to a daughter. Maybe in the future, but for now, it cannot happen. Do you get it now?
Why?
Because we are not the same species now. That's how I'm defining species. That species are what? Group of organisms that can interbreed. The only reason why man and monkey cannot give birth to a child is because of the fact that they don't have the same kind of genetic makeup. Do you understand?
Okay.
Even
Yes, sir.
even between species now, we can easily still bring out family inside the species because the type of genetic makeup your family will have will be quite different from the type of genetic makeup my family will have. Do you get? Maybe in my family now, maybe everybody, we almost have everybody as dark people, and in your family, almost everybody is fair. That's another way of differentiating my family from yours. Do you get that case now?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's just a means of classifying everybody into different categories. Okay. So and the last thing you should write. Wait, did I complete that statement that time? I said they are what? It is grouping of organisms based on that can interbreed and produce fertile offspring. And produce fertile offspring. Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
So a group of organisms that can interbreed and produce fertile offspring. So in case, let's say you see a question and they ask you that why is species the closest rank? The distinguishing factor of every species is the fact that you can underline it. It is the fact that they can interbreed. That's like the closest thing that brings them together. Okay? You know, people will say monkey look like human, Abi. We almost have the same structure. We almost have the same kind of body pattern, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Almost everything is the same. But the fact that we can interbreed still set us apart from each other. All right. So I think that explanation covers it very well, right? Yeah. Yay. Ah, what's the extension? Hey, fuck shit, fuck shit. Can you guys still hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 minute. So now the next concept we are going to is binomial nomenclature. You know, we've learned how to classify now, Abi. So we'll be going on to binomial nomenclature. Give me 1 minute. Sir, hold on. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, are we there?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now the next concept, binomial nomenclature. Okay, oh yeah now. Oh yeah now. I want you to switch on your camera and show me what you've been writing. Oh yeah, because I already told you that I'm going to know if you're actually writing or not. Oh yeah, let's see. Mohammed, can you hear me now? Hey, wait. I can't see you. Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. Smiley and okay. The other person. Alima, Tabi, what's your name? I forgot him. Okay, you are the only one left in the class. Eh? So that other lady already left. Okay, Adeolu, welcome. You've been going on and off since. Oh.
The network
What
is
happened?
cracking. Like it's
Okay,
breaking my network. That's why off and on. I'm not Dolo, I'm Shemilore. I beg.
okay. The name you are joining with is Adeolu now. So I will call you
Ena.
what I'm saying. It's what I'm saying that me I'll call now. Then you'll be the one to tell me, okay, you are not Adeolu, you are Shemilore.
Is my daddy's Gmail, that's why.
All right, no problem. So just like I was saying, oh shit.
Okay.
Okay, so we were talking about classification that time. So I guess we'll do a quick recap, or perhaps um, Smiley. What's your own name? I've just been calling you Smiley since. Eh? What did you say?
Huh?
What's your own name?
What's your name?
Because I've been
Shemi,
calling you Smiley since. Eh?
Awa Omoyo, anyone.
What do you say? I didn't hear you.
Awa.
Ah, wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So, wow, I think you help us snap your notes and share with Shemilori later, okay? So that she'll be able to catch up on those parts that I've explained. So now to the next thing now, which is that of we're talking about. I was mentioning something that time. We are moving on to binomial nomenclature now. Binomial nomenclature. Once you, anytime you hear the word bi, what comes to your mind? Bi, B-I-O, not B-Y.
True.
Two. Okay, that is correct. So, from the word norm is a French word for what? Name. Abi now. So you can simply write binomial nomenclature is a system, or it is the system. It is the system, or it is the system of naming living organisms, of naming living organisms into two names, into two names. Now good, full stop, continuation. Generic and specific name. Or can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
When you write generic, open bracket in front, write genus, then close it, then the next one, and specific. So in front of that specific, put species. Do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's simply telling us that after you've classified all of these organisms based on all of this name now, the closest name to every organism is the what? The generic
Genus.
and specific, the genus and the species. It's just like if I want to talk about you now, I can say, okay, you are from Omo Ijebu Ode, Abi, or let me just say you are from Ogun State. Ogun State can be your kingdom, okay? So you can now say, okay, you are from Abeokuta, that's already your firdom. Let's say, okay, we are in Abeokuta. You can say maybe you are from Yewa. Do you get what I'm saying now? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Mm. So all of those classifications till I get to your street, up to the name of the house you are staying. The house now can now be your species, okay? So if I want to now define you now, what will I define you with? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Shall come again.
I said in that case now, just like the way if I want to define you now, what will I use to define you? Your name and your surname, right?
Yes.
Ehen. That is a perfect example of generic and specific name. Because for every organism I want to classify or I want to name, I must use two names, which will also serve as their own surname and their own first name. Do you get?
Yes, sir.
So, hello, are we together?
Yeah.
All right. So now let's move on to. I was already talking about binomial nomenclature, right? So now let's take this down. Rules of binomial nomenclature. Rules. Wait, I want to believe both of you are JAMB students, right? Right?
Sir?
Hello, can you hear me?
Huh?
I said both of you are JAMB students, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But even except JAMB, but other exams, but even for JAMB, JAMB I want to test your knowledge of how you know this binomial nomenclature. So take down the rules. Number one. Number one. Genus name, which is the first name. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hold on, this is this.
It should always start with a capital letter or fully capitalized. And what? Fully capitalized and italicized. You know what it means to italize something? That sound, that italics. You know, if you press your phone, you can change your writing to italics, right?
Yes, sir.
Eh. But for writing sake, you know that you can't write your handwriting in italics now. There's no possible way. You can only use italics either on phone or on system. So in this case now, the only way you can put what you are writing in italics is by underlining. You know what I said? So once you write your name, you have to underline both the generic and specific name. But I'll tell you what's different about specific. You know, I've only talked about generic, Abi.
Yes, sir.
So now let's talk about words. So now, right, number two. Number two,
Okay.
not capitalized. Not capitalized and not capitalized but italicized.
Shaliva.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So if I want to write for the specific name now, let's say for humans, you know what's the generic and specific name of human? Does anyone know? You know what it is?
Homo sapiens.
Eh?
Homo
What's the
sapiens.
scientific name of human?
Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens. So if you want to write Homo sapiens, how do you write it? You have to start your Homo with a capital letter H. Okay? Then once you are done writing the Homo now, if you want to start the sapien, do you write in capital letter or small letter? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Capital letter. Write it in capital letter.
No. Don't mix it up. For the Homo, which is the generic name, you write that in, you start that with capital letter. That's capital letter H, then Homo, right? Then when you now want to write the specific name, which is the sapien, you start with a capital letter and end it with a small. Sorry. For the sapien, you write two with a small letter. Sorry. I'm not going to say capital letter again. Can you hear me now? So the sapien will be in full small letter, in lower case. Write everything in lower case for the sapien. You get the gist now? Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
So that's how to write your. Okay, let me type it in the chat box. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Let me type it in chat box. This is how it will look like. Have you seen it now?
Yes, sir.
So the only difference now is that in your notes, if you write it like this, you now underline. You know you can't italize your word now. So instead of italics now, since you are not typing, since you are writing, instead of italics, you will underline it. That you underline the homo and you underline the sapien. Do you get it now? Hello, do we get it?
Sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So now let's move on. All right. So on to the next thing now. Let's talk about. So you can go to the next paragraph. You know we've explained the rules now. So let's go to the next paragraph. So another question you might be asked is who brought about the system of naming? That's that system we are using to name organism into two now. Who is the father? Who brought about it? How do we even know about that pattern of naming? Okay. So now right. So now right. Carolus Linus. Carolus. Okay, let me put everything in the chat box. I've typed it already. So let me put it in the chat box so you can easily copy it out. I'll just explain a little about it. But it's self-explanatory, sha. Have you seen it now? I've sent it in the chat.
Yes.
Have you seen it now? Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, this guy is called Carolus Linus, but his real name is Carvon Lin. But his name was later Latinized into Carolus Linus, and he's the one that is regarded as the father of binomial nomenclature. Okay. And this system he developed up to today is the system we use in classifying organisms based on two names. But if we talk about the classification of living organism, do you hear what I'm saying? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Once you are done writing this, I want you to write something down. Are you done with this? There is a particular thing I want you to write out though. Are you done?
Yes, sir. You
Okay,
can
so
go
now you
ahead.
can write. What do you say?
Yes, I
Are
say you
you
can.
tired? You want us to round the class up?
Yes, sir.
What? We should round the class up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, oh yeah. Let's finish this last part and we'll round it up. So we know that in our next class we will continue from binomial nomenclature. Okay. So we'll just go straight into classification basically. After this, we are going into classification. So I just want you to take this line before I forget. So you can just write that in ancient or just write in ancient biology. Yeah, write that in ancient biology. Organisms were classified in ancient biology. Organisms were classified based on domain. Based on domain. I want to believe you've heard of domain before now. You know what domain means? Abi?
Domain.
Domain, yes. DOMAIN. Domain.
Mm, I've heard of
Okay.
it.
Don't worry, yeah. Organisms were classified based on domain. And they are divided into three types. And they are divided into three types. And divided into three types. Number one is um, domain bacteria. Domain bacteria. Number two domain Archibacteria. That's Archea. Archea. Archibacteria.
ARCH.
Archeae. Archaea. Then the last one, number 3, Human Eukarya. That's Eukarya. You get that now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that is the 3 basic form of classification initially. Okay. Then now we can now go a step further. You will now write now put in modern like full stop continuation. Later full stop continuation. Later biologists discovered that some organisms could not properly fit in. Do you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
So later, some biologists discovered that some organisms could not properly fit in, and then divided organisms into 2 different kingdoms, which is plant and animal kingdom. Like it was after the domain, that was when we started using kingdom. Okay,
Yes, sir.
we first use domain, then after domain we started using kingdom. That's just kingdom plant and kingdom animalia. So you can write organisms are now classified into the plant and animal kingdom. You can write even after this classification, some other organisms could not properly fit in into any of these 2 categories. Some other organisms could not properly fit in into any of these 2 categories. Full stop. Yes. Do we get that now?
Yes, sir.
I just want us to finish this part so we can round it up. So some organisms could not properly fit in into these 2 categories. So you can now write full stop. Then you can write next paragraph. In modern biology, kingdoms are classified into 5. In modern biology, kingdoms are classified into 5. I hope you can list them now. You know what the 5 are now, Abi? Abi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
So they are not classified by Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker. Do you know how to spell the name or I spell it? So just normal Robert, then Whittaker. So that's the name. So this guy was the one now okay. So for today we'll be stopping here. So we just know that in our next class we'll take it from classification. Okay. So from the next class we'll take it from modern classification of living organisms. I hope that's clear now.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Any question?
Yes, sir. No,
Any
sir.
question? Both of you. Any
No,
question?
sir. No, sir.
Okay, so in the absence of question, okay, this other girl self is out already. So in the absence of question, we would round it up there for tonight and we'll continue in other classes. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So thank you for staying to the end of this class. I hope you've been able to let me even see your notes. Oh yeah, switch on your camera.
So I want to pray. I already dropped my
What
notes.
do you say?
I want to pray. I already dropped
What do
my
you say?
notes. I want to pray. I already dropped my notes somewhere.
Okay, okay, you want to have bread. Alright, no problem. Let's round it up here. So we'll continue in our next class. Alright,
Okay, thank you, sir.
bye.
Bye.
See you in
Thank
the
you, sir.
next class. You're welcome.